Hi everyone, welcome to this week Weekly Market Update. So, as usual, we'll talk about what happens on last Friday, followed by what's the events going on last week, and then going on things to watch out for this coming week. And then also I will be talking about some charting as well. So let's start. First of all, we know that US actually last Friday closed at a mix, where Dow Jones down 0.1%, and mainly S&P and Nasdaq is actually at a positive side. Mm, Beside that, actually last Friday, Intel stocks closed down more than 10%. I'll be sharing on the charting later as well. So mainly it's because to the earnings report. So yeah, of course, right now, if let's say you look into Intel itself later at the chart, right, it's almost reaching to a zone that I don't think is a good zone to buy. So I have determined where is the zone, like the supply or the demand zone, but it's ultimately is discretionary applied. So up to individual whether you want to buy on the dip or not is up to you. But because why it caused the drop is beside the revenue drop, also it is because of the delay of the latest generation chips, right? So delay means business is being delayed, means earnings is being delayed as well. So that's one of the thing. And last week, I think all the attention is paying on this uh, debate, all right? Trump's and Biden's debate. So of course, politics-wise, we will try to avoid, but I'm quite happy because the debate I've listened throughout is quite clear. Not much interruptions between each party. And of course, one topic to take note is that Trump mentions that vaccines should be ready within a weeks. But when he mentioned that, right, actually the host of Kristen Welker actually questions Trump's whether the vaccine timeline is guaranteed, and Trump replied with a no. So I like how the host actually, cooked Trump at during this debate. All right. So, but the thing is that Trump actually do some free marketing of some of the counter which I'm looking at is like Pfizer, because he's mentioned one of the company that actually going to produce vaccines as well. So beside that, things to take note. Of course, you for an investor, for a trader, you have to self prepare yourself. What happen if let's say Trump is being elected, or what happen if Biden is being elected? What will happen? What is the industry? What will be the sector we'll be focusing on? All right. So one of the thing is, let's say, because right now as we look at the poll, right, we know that Biden is actually at the in the advantage right now, leaning against like 7 to 8%. But that is ultimately is just a estimations, right? Because we know that Trump, last in 2016, even though he's not at a good side, is advantage side, but he still managed to win Clinton at the point of time, right? So, but one thing is to take note, this is what Biden said during the debate. Uh, it would transition from the oil industry. So basically, if let's say Biden really be selected, right, he has been pushing on this clean energy, solar energy, windmill. So if let's say you want to play ahead of who is being elected, or after being elected, you can actually go into solar company. All right, I'll be sharing a few company later as well. So ultimately, you can watch throughout the whole video. And then the next thing, one of the topic is actually on the vaccines of the COVID-19 cases, as we know that around the world, like Euro, like US, the cases has been spiking up and up, higher and higher. So what happened is that, like I mentioned, Trump actually said that vaccine should be ready within a week or by end of year. And he mentions that there's army is ready to deliver all the vaccines once it's been ready. But to me, I feel that uh, I doubt on what Trump said on the vaccine should be within weeks. It's not that easy after all, right? You need a lot of trial, a lot of data to prove that the vaccine is good, right? So even though it's ready, but who will dare to take it? All right. So definitely, I mean, I pray that it will be good because right now COVID is really a very disrupting issue at the moment. So I hope the vaccine should be ready, like what Trump said. I pray for that as well. So next thing, uh, is actually on this Gilead. This is one of the news as well. Remember, I covered on my last video. WHO, World Health, actually said that the actually Gillette, right? This company is not producing vaccine, but it's just the drugs that cure COVID-19 patients. All right, those are very ill patients. So, but the thing is that they say that there's no benefit, and right now FDA last Friday, I think last week, approved last Thursday or Friday, approved COVID-19 vaccines from Gilead again. All right, they approved it, and then the market actually spiked up, but it covered back. I think it's covered the gap. So we'll look at the chart as well. But uh, people saying that, I mean, there's doctors saying that these drugs to cure the patient is not very bring a lot of benefit and it's very expensive. But trust me, when you come to health concerns, right? Um, even though you have $1 billion in your bank or a dollar in your bank, you will find ways to pay for it, even though there is like 1% benefit, because every cure you are praying for it. If let's say you fall sick or let's say you strike COVID-19, right? So ultimately, take note on Pfizer and Gilead. There will be earnings report next week as well. All right. And things to watch out later, I'll be sharing on one of the cryptocurrency. Why? Because PayPal, this big brother, actually approved like cryptocurrency in their platform to do services as a payment to or to spend cryptocurrency. Basically, it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin, if I'm not wrong. All right, so we will look into one chart. There's some like opportunity of cup handle later. Next thing, so this is what happened over the week. So what should we be looking on the coming week? Coming week. Okay, before that, right, we should know that last week earnings report mostly is green. But I can see that even though it's green, right, but the market is not going any higher. All right, mainly it's because people put their weight on the debate, put their weight on the COVID vaccines, put the weight of the COVID cases. But ultimately, right, it's not spiking even higher. Mainly is because as we know that the analysts actually given a lower expectations for this quarter, right? So it's easily for those companies to hit lah, like easily to hit more than 20% at a point of time. So yeah, so next week, what's to look out for? Next week of the earnings report, right? Take note, like I mentioned, we start off with Microsoft, Big Brother, tech company, followed by Pfizer, AMD. Why AMD? Because they are the competitor of Intel, right? If let's say Intel is not doing good, AMD should be report a good result, right? But ultimately the expectation is below, right? So take note from there. And then on Thursday we come on with those kind of big tech again. It's Apple, Amazon, Google, Alphabet, Facebook, all these big brother, all tech. So Nasdaq has been fluctuating quite a lot, very volatile last week. So if you're holding any of the company, just to watch out yourself. All right. So lastly, not to forget, big tech is big brother, but not to forget we have one sector that is badly beaten down. It's actually the oil sector. So next Friday, coming Friday, there will be some oil sector company reporting earnings result like Exxon, which fall out from the index, has been badly beaten down. Chevron as well. So this is all the oil sector companies. See how are they performing. Uh, I don't think really good. Like I can see that even the expectation is negative, right? As we know, demand is not there after all. Right? Demand is not there after all. So that is what things to watch out for this coming week. All right. Without further ado, let's go into the chart. For the chart, I will start off with FTSE, which I mentioned last week. I say if you want to short, you short the weakest, right? So based on weekly chart, it actually dropped. It broke through to 5,008. I mentioned that if it broke through, it might try to go to 5,007 in my Telegram lah. So if you join there, then you will get the latest update. But of course, this bar is kind of significant because it actually fluctuating between the support and resistance. It tried to fight back near to the close near to 5,008, and then it went even higher on last Friday itself. All right, but ultimately it's still within the trend and it's still within the downtrend. All right, so we know spike COVID cases has been spiking. Exit. So a lot of I think it's more on the downside than the upside lah. If let's say it's upside, it might be a just pullback, but ultimately I will just keep my view. If let's say it never break the previous high of 6,060, right? I think it's just ranging from this trend and ranging lower. All right, so that is my view on it. Ultimately, it's subjective to individual. All right, next thing we'll be looking at China A50, which I shared previously, 1 or 2 weeks ago on the chart as well. China A50. All right, this is a very nice bull flag breakout. All right, I share somewhere here. Like, if I'm not wrong, go look at my previous video in YouTube or my Facebook page. I share somewhere. I say this is a bullish flag. All right, so You look at the weekly chart, it's much nicer lah, much neater. Correct? Up, pull back, consolidate, breakout, and then continue to go higher. So it's a mirror image. We're looking at 16,500 just to be at the safe side, at the most high first, before it can break even higher. Alright, so a lot of people think it might be a double top, but look at the bigger picture, so we shall see how. Of course, if let's say Biden won, right? It will improve the relationship with China. It's not like how Trump is going to start another trade war with China, right? So this is what people believe. If let's say Biden wants win on this coming 3rd of November, we are just 10 days away. So this is a nice breakout. If you have not entered, of course you will enter at this breakout. Your stop loss is somewhere at 40,800. The risk is higher. But if you manage to enter, if you manage to watch my video and research it, your risk is much more manageable. So it's subjective to individual. All right. So this is China E50. So next we shall move on to, let me see. Oh, Pfizer. We are talking about it. Let's take a look at Pfizer. Oh, sorry, this is the wrong Pfizer. PFE Pfizer. All right. So Pfizer. I so this is what I mentioned. I say Pfizer, buy on rumors, sell on news, right? Actually, Trump say vaccines should be ready. Pfizer also announced this earnings report. I given the chart, or I shared my video, and I provided the buy call on in my Telegram at 37, and it spike up, pull back, right now spike up. Buy on rumors, sell on news. All right, buy before. Can buy, keep buying until you reach this range. Then we see how it goes. All right, of course, will it be ready by weeks? I don't think so. By end of year, most likely. By end of mid of 2021, highly possible. This is what they say, right? By our rumors, sell on news. So if you didn't manage to enter, your risk is slightly higher. But if you manage to enter, good luck and congrats to you as well. So this is Pfizer. We will continue to hold the buy positions. Next is on Gillette. Gillette. All right, Gillette is very classical move. I say it's very classical move. Why I say that, right? As you can see that everyone can see that from chart, there's a major support here. Support. Alright, so somewhere the range support here. So during past few weeks, it has been coming near to the support. Alright, in technical analysis, they always have these things. The big player always tend to break the support. Why? They want to cut loss. They want to kill all the, those kind of robot trading, those kind of people who put their stop loss here. They want to kill everyone by the lowest point before it reflect. So you can see that after you break 60, right? You can see it went down to around 59 something, and then it bounced back already. See that? So why? Because it triggered all the stop loss. They know my whole figure. Everyone will just put at $60 to cut it off. So after they cut it off, thanks to FDA came in, and the market actually spiked up. It kept up, and they come closer. But when it comes closer, right, it doesn't close off the candle itself lah. So earnings report is next week. If you want to be at a more safe side week after the earnings report, because this is actually a quite bearish candle, but it didn't cover after all, right? It just covered the gap with high volume. So we shall monitor within the next few days or after the earnings. Then next week we should review on Gillette once again. All right. So next thing I'm looking into. Okay, we are talking about Intel just now. So Intel. Alright, let's take a look at a weekly chart. Always look at the big context first. So for Intel, I shared previously in my video as well. I think I shared in my training view, but I got blocked due to some descriptions. But we can see that I say that there's some, at the point of time, I say there might be some buying power because people want to tend to buy, right? As we are at the support level, first support level. So actually it went even higher, and this is due to the earning report. It kept down. So we can see what happened. Can you see that? It went up, touches, and gap down. So right now, right, we are actually at this zone. Do not buy zone, because here is a very volatile market. You'll just fluctuate here and there, fluctuate here. But if you want to be at a buy at deep, because you're looking at long-term investment, right? We can wait for it to break even this consolidating zone, come even lower, touches the previous support, a previous resistance, turn support, and just nice. All right, this is what I draw. So this should be around the first demand zone between 38 to 42, around this zone. I think it's 38.40 will be a good price to enter. So I'm monitoring closer. So see how will it be performed. Of course, when it comes to here will be next year lah, and hopefully things turn good. Hopefully they can announce that the chips can be produced and supplies to all their demands lah. All right. So this is what I'm looking on Intel. If you ask me to long now, no. Short now, no. After this drop, I will just hope. All right, investment is not just it's a marathon, right? It's not a sprint game, right? So next we will be looking at let me take a look. All right, so I will be looking at DKNG as well. I shared in my Telegram. DKNG I shared previously in my video as well lah. So can you see that this is a weekly chart? But let's look at the day chart. All right, I say that this is a major support. All right, when I think I shared somewhere around here. All right, I shared somewhere around here. Go watch. I say that it will continue to come down because it doesn't hit the demand zone yet. All right, like I say, standard. Everyone is looking at this support at the point of time because this is resistance turn support, right? Market is always standardized on. It will always break the most obvious support. All right, once it break, then we shall monitor. Start monitoring, and then it come to this area. All right, being supported by 100-day moving average. All right, and the coming down, the volume is declining, and just nice on Thursday itself. If I'm not wrong, on Thursday is a good positive closing. Friday it didn't break and carve it, so I'm continue to give at a bullish short call for DKNG. All right, DraftKings lah basically. So if you are keen, simply can just go in, up to individual. Of course, risk reward is up to individual as well. All right, so risk reward management is given for private group only lah. So if you're not in my private Telegram group, then in the public also not bad. After all, you will get this kind of thing. Oh, start to monitoring it, right? So this is what I'll be sharing. All right, next thing I'll be sharing on one of the companies called Baidu as well. I think I shared in my Telegram as well if you're inside. So Telegram on Baidu, I said, this is what I wrote. I think I wrote somewhere here. Nice breakout of the symmetric triangle. All right, nice breakout, nice volume, pull back, go even higher. Earnings report is coming up. All right, Baidu, take note. Like I said, if Baidu wins, Chinese related company will be benefit from it. Like Pinduoduo, like JD, you have to watch out. All right, Baidu have becoming very low and lower. I mean, it's all-time low right now. Significantly, is forming a ascending triangle, asymmetric triangle breakout. So we continue to buy into the strength. This is monthly chart. Sorry, let's look at the weekly chart. All right, weekly chart. Can you see that? So it's very obvious. It's a good breakout. And if you have watched my Telegram, right, after the pull down, right, it didn't go even lower. This is actually the symmetric triangle. We call it the cradle point, the midpoint. All right, if you go for the TA, you should know this is a cradle point. So this is the midpoint in the retail terms. So it didn't even close below. So it's a good breakout. All right. So I'm giving my bet on Baidu. So up to you individually. All right. Next thing, I'm looking into. Let me take a look. Oh yeah, this is the thing. Cryptocurrency. So I'm looking at ETH. Ethereum. Why Ethereum? You can go and take a look at Bitcoin if you want. Bitcoin spike up all-time high. So I'm looking at Ethereum. Of course, Ethereum you can just find any of them lah. I mean, I can just use Coinbase. So for Ethereum, I think Ethereum is a good call. Why? Let's look at the weekly chart. If let's say PayPal agree, right, by looking at the weekly chart, if you read TA, right, there's a very significant discount or move called what, cup and handle. So take a look, cup followed by handle. So that, and here is the support. All right, so right now we are at the support level. All right, we are at the resistance level. All right, I'd like to draw a band. If it should able to break out, and once it touches the first one, if we break through, we are going to see even higher. Bitcoin has break. All right, so Ethereum should be the next. I think Ethereum is called the second brother after Bitcoin lah. So a lot of people bought in here. All right, because why? We can see here is the resistance turn support. Okay, resistance turn support touches, didn't break through, go higher. So if you have managed to catch at this price, congrats to you. If you never, doesn't mean here is not a bad entry point, right? It is a confirmation, lower risk, higher confirmation, good. I mean, manageable. I mean, mid rewards lah. All right, because higher confirmation, right? So Ethereum, I think my call with PayPal coming in, it should break somewhere higher. All right, so this is where we are looking at 600. Give you a round figure, 600. Okay, I always like to look at the psychological level, this kind of big figure lah. Alright, so this is what I'm looking. Let's save. Alright, so this Ethereum. Then next, I'll be sharing, like I said, few of the solar company, which I think we can actually monitor. If let's say you are a more fundamental person, I think one of the solar company which is good is actually Emphase, if I'm not wrong. This is how you pronounce. Yeah, Emphase Energy. All right. Yes, I know in TA it's very hard to enter. You don't see any entry points because you break out. All right. So I think a lot of people buy into solar is because of Biden, because they have been promoting clean energy. So it has just spiked up. All right. If you like fundamentally good, I think this company is good because their cash flow is quite positive side. If you like to have a better TA, but we take away the fundamental, right? We can look at plug power. Why I say plug power? Because it's subjective. Resistance, turn support, resistance, turn support. See that? So if you believe resistance, turn support, this is where you should enter as well. Alright, wait for it to somewhere break down, then go again. Right with the trend. Alright, right with the trend. Right with the trend is very obvious. Like right with the trend. Alright, this time around I try to share by individually try to share some drawing as well lah. Not like everything pre-draw. So you guys can see how I study my chart as well. Okay. So can you see that? Alright, channel. It's all fall within the channel, right with the trend. Alright, so this is plug, nice TA. But if you believe in somehow a little bit of fundamental and TA, right, you can consider this, which I'm looking very closely. But there is no much fundamental report on this company because it's relatively new. After IPO, Zoom come down. Wow, very bad news. But of course, IPO we know that it's always searching, right? So if you believe in the solar energy, this is the company you can watch out. Alright, right now it's ranging within these two level. But you know that new company, of course, earnings is not there yet because it's not a big company after all, right? So you will be fluctuating between here, right? So you'll be fluctuating between here. So if you believe in solar is the next upcoming trend, right? You can try to invest. Okay, this is not more on trading. So trading you can trade, but below you have to cut. So there's no much data to see. But if you believe you want a long-term investment, this is a company you can take out. Keep a look lah. All right, so that's all for this week. Really market update. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. If yes, please share it with your friends as well. So lastly, winter is coming. I remember I shared that video education video. Winter is coming, so if you haven't been monitoring it, you should know that natural gas actually went higher, right? So we can see that natural gas, so that, all right, I say winter is coming. All right, so it's back up. All right, I'm not going to share much. I will wait for a few more weeks to see how where it goes to. If you have not catch this thing, go watch the education video, then you will find out more. All right, so that's all for this week. Thank you everyone. Have a nice weekend. Bye bye.